Hello children, welcome back to my channel. Now I am dealing with 10th class trigonometry, application of trigonometry I am doing 10th class. Application of trigonometry. In this I am dealing with exercise 12.2. Exercise 12.2. In this 12.2 I have already done 4 sums. Now we will see the fifth sum. So what is the fifth sum? A wire of length. A wire of length. Problem goes on like this. Let me read the problem. A wire of length 18 meters had been tied with an electric pole at an angle of elevation of 30 degrees with the ground. So suppose you have got a pole. There is a pole like this. A wire is tied like this, so that the angle of elevation to the ground it has made is nothing but 30 degrees. And that means what? First let me draw the diagram first. There is a pole here and AB is the pole and this is the ground. And a wire is tied. So AC is the wire. It is tied making an angle of 30 degrees with the pole. So like this it is tied. But what happened? Because it was covering a long distance. That means see, when they tie it tightly, this distance is long. Because it was covering a long distance, it was cut and tied at an angle of elevation of 60 degrees with the ground. So what did they do? They cut this wire to an extent so that it makes an angle of elevation of 60 degrees with the ground. It has made an angle of elevation of 60 degrees. That means what? This is more length and some length is removed here. So now the question is, how much length of the wire is cut? Actually a wire of length 18 meters they said. So first its length is 18 meters. So some part of it is cut so that when they tightly fix it here, it has made an angle of elevation 60 degrees. So how much length of the wire they have removed? What is the length of the wire that was cut? That is the question. So what is AB? AB is the height of the pole. So what is this height? Let me call it as x meters. Height of the pole is x meters. And AC is the length of the wire. This is x meters and this is 18 meters. And angle C is angle of elevation from C to A, that is equal to 30 degrees. Now what they did? They have cut a part so that AD is the length of the What is AD? AD is the length of the wire after cutting. Let me call this length as y meters. We don't know what is the length. Let me call it as y meters. And angle D is angle of elevation from D to A, that is equal to 60 degrees. Now you need to find out how much length of the wire was cut. First let us take in triangle ABC. In triangle ABC, angle B is 90 degrees. Now this is 30 degrees, children. This is 30 degrees means you have got opposite side and hypotenuse. Opposite side and hypotenuse is what? Sine theta. So you are going to talk about sine 30 degrees. Sine 30 degrees is nothing but AB by AC. Opposite side is AB and hypotenuse is AC. What is sine 30, children? Sine 30 value is 1 by 2. In the table you can find out. AB is x by AC is 18. That means 2x is equal to 18. X is equal to 18 by 2. 2 ones are 2 nines are, so x is equal to 9 meters. X means height is 9 meters. Now let us go for the other triangle that we have got. In triangle ABD, angle B is equal to 90 degrees. So again for D, opposite side by hypotenuse, sine 60 degrees. Sine 60 degrees is equal to AB by AD. Sine 60 is root 3 by 2 is equal to AB. AB is x, that is 9 by AD y. So root 3y is equal to 9 into 2. So y is equal to 9 into 2 by root 3 on rationalizing the denominator. What are you getting? Y is equal to 9 into 2 into root 3 by root 3 into root 3. That means 9 into 2 into root 3 by root 3 into root 3 is 3. 3 3s are. That means this is nothing but 6 root 3. Y is equal to 6 root 3 you have got. What is y, children? Y is length of the wire after cutting. So 6 root 3 means what? It is nothing but 6 into 1.732. That means 6 2s are 12, 18 1 19, 6 7s are 42, 43, 6 1s are 6 4 10. 10.392 meters is the length of the wire. So what is the length of the wire? What is the question? Find the length of the wire. How much length of the wire was cut? So length of the wire removed is equal to total 18 minus 10.392. So from 18, if you subtract 10.392, so 0.000. So here you will be getting 8. Here you will be getting 0. 9 minus 3 is 6. 7. 7.608 meters. This is the answer. This much amount of the wire is removed. So the length of the wire removed is 7.608 meters. This is the answer of this problem, children. Please note it down. Fifth problem. Now, sixth problem, children. The angle of elevation of the problem goes like this. Let me read. Sorry. The angle of elevation of top of the building from the foot of a tower is 30 degrees. A tower and a building are standing opposite to each other. So from the foot of the tower, the angle of elevation of the building is 30 degrees, and the angle of elevation of the top of the tower from the foot of the building is 60 degrees. If the tower height is 30 meters, find the height of the building. So here you have got a building and the tower. This is the tower and let me consider this as the building. KB is the tower, CD is the building. Now, the angle of elevation of the top of the building from the foot of the tower is 30 degrees. Foot of the tower is B, top of the building is C. So, when you join, the angle of elevation is 30 degrees. And the next one is the angle of elevation of the top of the tower from the foot of the building. Foot of the building is this, top of the tower is this. So here, the angle of elevation is 60 degrees. Is 60 degrees. If the tower is 30 meters high, height of the tower is 30 meters. Now the question is, what is the height of the building? So, building height, let us consider this as h meters. How much is this? They are asking. So, what is AB? AB is the height of the tower, that is equal to 30 meters. And CD is the height of the building, that is equal to h meters. We don't know. Now, angle CBD is angle of elevation from B to C is equal to 30 degrees, and angle ADB is angle of elevation from D to A is equal to 60 degrees. Now we need to find out height. Sorry. Now let us take for triangle ABD. In triangle ABD, angle B is 90 degrees. So here opposite side, and you take this side as adjacent side. So tan 30 degrees. This is tan 60 degrees. This is tan 60 is equal to AB by BD. So tan 60 is √3 is equal to 30 by BD. So what is BD? BD root 3 BD is equal to 30. BD is equal to 30 by root 3 on rationalizing the denominator. On rationalizing the denominator, BD is equal to 30 by root 3 into root 3 by root 3. That is equal to 30 root 3 by 3. 3 ones are 3 tens are. So BD is 10 root 3 meters. We have got BD measure 10 root 3 meters. Now we will go to other triangle, that is triangle BDC. So in triangle BDC, angle D is equal to 90 degrees. So when you are talking about BDC triangle, this is 30 degrees. Opposite side by adjacent side tan. So tan 30 degrees is CD by BD. Tan 30 degrees is CD by BD. Tan 30 means how much, children? 1 by root 3 is equal to CD. What is CD? It is H by BD. What is BD? We got 10 root 3. So root 3H is equal to 10 root 3. H is equal to 10 root 3 by root 3. Root 3 will get cancelled. H is equal to 10. What is H? Height. Height of the building is equal to 10 meters. This is the answer of this sixth sum, children. Please note it down. Seventh problem, children. Two poles of equal heights. It goes on like this. So let me read this up. Two poles of equal heights are standing opposite to each other on either sides of the road, which is 120 feet wide. There is a road whose width is 120 feet. So on one pole here, one pole the other side. On either sides of the road, two poles are standing whose measure is same. That is same height they are. From a point between them on the road, the angle of elevation of the top of the poles are 60 degrees and 30 degrees respectively. Find the height of the poles and the distance of the poles from the point, the distance of the point from the poles. At which point at which distance that point is there. So let me take a road here and two poles of equal height are standing. Two poles of equal height. So let AB is one pole and CD is another pole. Height we don't know, so let us consider the height as H meters. And the total length of the width of the road is 120 feet. So there is a point in between these two, so that What is that they have given? The angle of from a point between them, the angle of elevations of the top is 60 degrees and 30 degrees. So let me take a point E, A, B, C, D, E. So that from this point, the angle of elevations of the tops of the two, one is given 60 degrees and one is given 30 degrees. So if I consider this distance as x meters, then this is 120 minus x feet, not meters. X feet, 120 minus x feet is EB. Okay. Now, what is given to us? Let us see. AB and CD are two poles such that AB is equal to CD is equal to H. So AB and CD are two poles such that AB is equal to CD. Don't write it as meters, children. H feet, because all the units should be same. And BD. What is BD? This is the two poles are standing on either side of the road. BD is the width of the road. That is equal to 120 feet. E is a point of observation. This is the point of observation. So, angle of elevation from E to A is equal to 30 degrees, and from E to C is equal to 60 degrees. So let us see how this problem has to be solved. First, let me talk about triangle CDE. In triangle CDE, angle D is equal to 90 degrees. So for this opposite side and adjacent side, that is tan theta, tan 60 degrees is equal to CD by DE. Tan 60 is root 3 is equal to CD, you don't know, H by DE is X. So what is H? H is equal to root 3 x feet. H. Now let us see the other triangle. In triangle ABE, angle B is equal to 90 degrees. So again here opposite side by adjacent side, that is tan 30 degrees is equal to AB by BE. Tan 30 means 1 by root 3 is equal to AB is H by BE is 120 minus X. Okay. Now, root 3H is equal to 120 minus X. H is equal to 120 minus X by root 3. This many feet. See children, H is equal to root 3x. H is equal to 120 minus x by root 3. But we know that both are nothing but h. That means you can equalize them. So when you equalize them, root 3x, therefore root 3x is equal to 120 minus x by root 3. So on cross multiplication, root 3 into 3 is 3x is equal to 120 minus x. 3x plus x is equal to 120. 4x is equal to 120. X is equal to 120 by 4, 30. X is equal to 30 we have got. Now when you have got x as 30, you need to find out what is h. What is h? H is equal to root 3x. H is equal to root 3x, that is root 3 into 30. That means 30 into 1.732. 0 here, 3 2s are 6, 3 3s are 9, 3 7s are 21, 3 1s are 3 2, 5. 1 2 3. So 51.96. H is equal to 51.96 feet is this one of the answers. Height they are asking. Okay. Now we want to find out DE and BE. Now DE is equal to how much, children? DE is x, that is equal to 30 feet. So we got DE as 30 feet. Now you want the other part, that is BE. BE is equal to 120 minus x, that is 120 minus 30, that is 90 feet. So these two are two answers. DE is 30 feet, BE is 90 feet. That is one answer. This is E is at a distance of 30 feet from CD and 90 feet from AB. The point E, let me write it here. Therefore, the point E, is 30 feet from CD and 90 feet from AB. This is the answer, children. So height is one answer. Where is height we have got? This height of the pole. This is one answer. And DE and BE values are another answer. This is the solution of 7th problem. Please go through it. Now 8th problem, children. The angle of elevation of problem goes on like this. The angles of elevation. So the angles of elevation of top of a tower from 2 points at a distance of 4 meters and 9 meters from the base of a tower and in the same straight line with it are complementary. Find the height of the tower. The angles are complementary. What do you mean by complementary? Complementary means the sum of the two angles is 90 degrees. So, what is this? Uh, the angles of elevation of the top of a tower. Let me consider AB as the tower and this is the distance between the observer and the tower and angle of elevation is here, and the angle of elevation of the angles of elevations are complementary from each other, they said. The angles of elevation of the top of a tower from 2 points at a distance of 4 meters and 9 meters. That means this is 1 point, the distance is 9 meters, and let me take this point as a D. This distance is 4 meters. So here you have got another angle of elevation. Let me consider this as x degrees. Let me consider this as x degrees. Then this becomes 90 minus x degrees because the sum of these two is 90 degrees. Complementary, they said, no. So if it is x, this is 90 minus x. Now the question is, what is height? Let us consider height as h meters. So AB is the height of the tower is equal to h meters, and point of elevation C is the C and D are the points of observation. Okay. Angle of elevation from D to A, you take let the angle of elevation from D to A is equal to x degrees. Then the angle of elevation from C to A is equal to 90 minus x degrees because these two are complementary, they said. Now let us take triangle. In triangle ABC, in triangle ABC, see for this opposite side and adjacent side. So here even I forgot to write BC, distance between pole tower and B is equal to 9 meters, and let me write it here, afterwards I'll talk about this triangle. BD is distance between tower and D, that is equal to 4 meters. This is 4 meters. Now in triangle ABC, angle B is 90 degrees. So 90 minus x means opposite side by adjacent side is tan. So tan 90 minus x is equal to AB by BC. That means tan 90 minus x is equal to h by BC is 9. Tan 90 minus x, tan 90 minus theta is cot theta. Cot x is equal to h by 9. Why? Because tan 90 minus theta is equal to cot theta. Identity I have the trigonometrical complementary ratios of trigonometry. I think you have remembered in the previous topic it is there. So tan 90 minus theta is cot theta. So tan 90 minus x is cot x. Cot x is h by 9 means, therefore what is tan x? 9 by h. Why is it? Because 1 by tan theta is equal to cot theta. Reciprocal. Previous chapters knowledge children it is. So tan x is equal to 9 by h you have got. Now go for the next triangle. In triangle ABD, angle B is equal to 90 degrees. Therefore, tan x is equal to, see, opposite side by adjacent side, that is AB by BD. That means tan x is equal to AB is h by BD is 4. So see children, tan x is equal to 9 by h, tan x is equal to h by 4. In both the cases, you are getting tan x values only. So let us equalize them and solve the problem. Therefore, 9 by h, this is tan x is 9 by h. 9 by h is equal to h by 4. Cross multiplication, h square is equal to 9 into 4. H is equal to root of 9 into 4. That is root of 9 means you can write 3 into 3. 4 means 2 into 2. So instead of 3 twos, 1 2 into 2 twos, 3 twos, 1 3, 2 twos, instead of 2 threes, 1 3, 2 twos, 1 2. That is 6. Therefore, h is equal to 6 meters. What is the problem? Height of the tower. So, height of the tower is equal to 6 meters is the answer. This is 8th sum children. Note it down. Now, 9th problem children. The angle of elevation of a jet plane from a point A on the ground is 60 degrees. At a point A, the person is observing the jet plane and its angle of elevation is 60 degrees. After a flight of 15 seconds, the angle of elevation changes to 30 degrees. If the jet plane is flying at a constant height of 1500 root 3 feet, 1500 root 3 meters, same height it is traveling, means in a straight way it is traveling. Find the speed of the jet plane they are asking. So let us see this. The first point is the angle of elevation of a jet plane from a point A. So let me take this as the ground in which this is point A. So a jet plane is flying somewhere here. So CD is the height of the jet plane. Let me take this as otherwise B and this as a C. BC is the height that it is flying and its angle of elevation is 60 degrees. So this is the position of the jet plane. It is flying in this direction, and from this point the person has observed that the angle of elevation is 60 degrees. After how much they have given? After a flight of 15 seconds, the angle of elevation has changed to 30 degrees. So a flight is taken for 15 seconds. So after a flight of, so it was flying like this. So the angle of elevation was changed from the same position. The angle of elevation was changed to 30 degrees. Now here this is at this point. So the flight is at this point now. Say D. This is the position, second position. Now what else they have given? The jet plane is flying at constant height of 1500 root 3. So this is the height, 1500 root 3 meters. So this height is also 1500 root 3 meters is the height that it is flying. Now the question is, what is the speed of the jet plane? So let us see this distance, let us consider it as x meters, and this distance consider it as y meters. Now first when you talk about tan 60 degrees, that is, let me write first BC and DE. BC and DE, this is nothing but height of the fly. What is that? Height after a flight, jet plane, height of the jet plane. Height of the jet plane. How much it is? 1500 root 3 meters. And from A is the point of observation. So angle of elevation from A to B is equal to 60 degrees. Then angle of elevation from A to D is equal to 30 degrees. And what else they have given? Time taken to travel from B to D is equal to 15 seconds. What is the question? You need to find out speed of the jet plane is equal to how much. This is the question, children. Now let us take triangle ABC. In triangle ABC, this is angle C is 90 degrees. So see this, children, this is 60 degrees. This is the triangle. Opposite side and adjacent side, tan 60. So tan 60 degrees is equal to BC by AC. So what is tan 60? Root 3. is equal to BC. BC is 1500 root 3 by AC is x. So root 3x is equal to 1500 root 3. X is equal to 1500 root 3 by root 3. These two will get cancelled. X is equal to 1500 meters. We got x value as 1500 meters. Now let us take the other triangle. What is the triangle, children? Triangle ADE. In triangle ADE, angle E is 90 degrees. So again, ADE 30 degrees. Tan 30 degrees is equal to DE by AE. Tan 30 means 1 by root 3 is equal to DE 1500 root 3 by AE. AE is nothing but x plus y according to the figure. That means x plus y is equal to 1500 root 3 into root 3. This root 3 when it goes you have to multiply. That means x plus y is equal to 1500 into 3. That means x plus y is equal to 15 3s are 4500. Okay, x value you have got 1500. So let us suppose substitute 1500 plus y is equal to 4500. Y is equal to 4500 minus 1500. So 0 0 0 3. Y is equal to 3000 meters. So this is the distance. Y is equal to 3000 meters means what? CE. Therefore, CE is equal to BD is equal to 3000 meters. This 3000 meters, it was at B first, it has gone to D. That means the distance travelled. Therefore, distance travelled is equal to 3000 meters. Now, what is the time taken for it? 15 seconds. So, what is the speed? Speed is equal to d by t. S is equal to d by t. That is 3000 by 15. So, 3000 by 15, 15 2s are 30, 200. Therefore, speed is equal to 200 meters per second. This is the answer. The speed of the jet plane is 200 meters per second. So I hope I am clear, children. They are asking speed. Speed means we know the formula distance by time. Distance means this is the distance that the jet plane has traveled. You want to find out this means you can find out this. To find out this, you can use the trigonometrical ratios and you can determine. So this is the way in which you need to do this, children. I hope I am clear. Please note it down. 10th problem, children. The angle of elevation, it goes on like this. Let me read the problem. The angle of elevation of the top of a tower from the foot of a building is 30 degrees, and the angle of elevation of the top of the building from the foot of the tower is 60 degrees. What is the ratio of heights of the tower and the building? So let us say this. So I have got a ground here, and in the problem is talking about the angle of elevation of the top of the tower from the foot of a building. So let me consider AB is the tower, CD is the building. The angle of elevation of a top of the tower from the foot of the building is this. The angle of elevation of the top of the tower from the foot of the building is 30 degrees, and the angle of elevation of the top of the building from the foot of the tower is 60 degrees. This angle is 60 degrees. Now the question is, what is the ratio of heights of the tower and the building? Heights of the tower. Let us write. Let AB is the height of the tower, that is equal to h1 meters. Let me call it as h1 meters. CD is the height of the building is equal to h2 meters. Okay, now angle CBD is the angle of elevation from B to C, that is equal to 60 degrees. Angle CBD. Angle ADB is the angle of elevation from D to A, that is equal to how much? D to A, 30 degrees. This is a C, children. Okay, now 30 degrees. Now the question is, H1 is to H2 is equal to how much? This is the question. So let us take the triangles and find out what is H1 and what is H2. Let us see the ratio. Now you need H1 is to H2. That means the ratio of H1, height of the tower, and H2, height of the building. So H1 you want means you have to go for triangle ABD. In this, angle B is 90 degrees. So this is the opposite side by adjacent side, that is tan 30 degrees is equal to AB by BD. That means 1 by root 3 is equal to H1 by BD. That means root 3 H1 is BD. So what is H1? BD by root 3 I am getting. That is H1. Now you go to the other triangle, that is triangle ABCD. In triangle BCD, angle D is equal to 90 degrees. So BCD tan 60. Tan 60 degrees is equal to CD by BD. So tan 60 means root 3 is equal to CD is H2 by BD. This is root 3. So root 3 BD is equal to H2. So H1 is to H2 is equal to H1 by H2. So what is H1? BD by root 3 by H2 is root 3 BD. That means BD by root 3 into 1 by root 3 BD. BD will get cancelled 1 by 3. That is equal to 1 is to 3. This is the ratio H1 is to H2. Therefore, H1 is to H2 is equal to 1 is to 3 is the answer. So the ratio of the heights of the tower and the building is 1 is to 3 is the ratio, children. Please go through this problem. This is 10th problem of 12.2 exercise. So with this I have concluded my part today. Next part I will be doing in the next class.